So the big things in here are in decimal dimensioning. We always put a 0 before it. So if we have a number that's like 0.5, we just put 0.5. We don't put the 0 in front, but zeros after it mean something, right? They tie into our tolerances of the drawing. So 2 decimal places, 3 decimal places. The trailing zeros here mean something. In metric drawings, we would put 0.5 and not do the trailing zeros and not have leading and then yes, have the leading zero. So that's one way we can also tell a drawing if it's metric or not. Because it's like if it's 5, it'd be 5.00 if it's an inch drawing. If it's 5 millimeters, it would just be 5, right? Because this is number B. If it's a whole number, you just put the whole number, no decimals. Okay, so that's one way we can tell on a drawing whether it's inches or metric, right? On this one here, this talks about that other drawing that we did, that if the primary units are metric, then and if there's a specific dimension that is in inches, you put IN behind it. If the drawing is in inches, you put MM following anything that's metric. So you only put units for the thing that's different. Yep, it's all the same, you just put the numbers. You don't put any unit identifiers. If it's mixed, you only put the one that's different. Yes. Then on those, you'd want to use more of the GD&T or specified tolerances. There's also one thing here. So there's questions asked us, how do you know what units the drawing are? We look at someone's title block. What is one of the things we put in on our title block? Right here, dimensions are in inches, right? We added that into our title block when we made it. And so in the standard, right here on 423, on the drawings, you should have a statement, unless otherwise specified, all dimensions are in whatever, millimeters or inches as applicable. So on your drawings, if it's metric, you should go in and change that. Go edit your title block and change that from inches to millimeters, because these aren't inches, right? Right. So having this say inches and then being metric is kind of confusing. So you want to update that per drawing if it's a metric drawing. So we had one person, oh, not that one. Someone spelled inches wrong. There. So this person, dimensions are in millimeters. So that's what we want to do. We want to make sure we change that note to let them know, okay, these are millimeter dimensions. Let's work with it. Okay. So let's take a look at some of these that were done. Few different ways that they were done. So I'm going to kind of group them a little bit. I only took the ones that have been turned in kind of before break. So what's one big difference between some of them versus other ones? Yeah, so some of the isometric, like let's look at isometric. That was the first thing someone said. Which isometric looks better? So you have this one here, you have this one here, and you have this one here. So do we? I like the one. These are all the same. These are all the same. So, I'm looking at angle. 1, 2, 3. Which of those ones do you think looks better? Who says 1? You have to vote. Who likes 1 best? 1 person? Not really. Who likes 2 best? Who likes 3 best? Yeah, I would say 2. I would say that this is the best angle of that. Because here, this edge kind of lays into that edge. Those are really close together. It doesn't really show you the difference between them. So I would either go probably 3 or 2. 2 gives you the best view of, like 3, you can tell that's not vertical, but also doesn't kind of give you more. 2, you really know, okay, there's an angle in the front and an angle in the back. They're different angles. It kind of gives a better view of the part. So I like this one the best. Or if it was flat, that'd be fine too. But I'd not like to have, you know, that line and that line be looking like they're the same. Here I can see they're actually different angles and things. It makes it look better. Are these wrong? No, just not as good as these ones. Yep.
So if we do number 2, do you actually do our drawing upside down?
No, it doesn't matter. I mean, if it's flipped the other way, the isometric doesn't have to have a certain relationship with the main view. And like to make this, yeah, they couldn't project this from this one, right? They had to make another view that was upside down and then project this and then erase that other view. It's like a couple of clicks, right? You just make another view, erase the other one. I do that all the time. I'll make a view just to get to a certain perspective on my isometric. Yeah. And then get rid of that other one. Or, yeah, this part, flipping it upside down, like flipping it so the hole's in the top instead of the bottom. What's wrong with that? That'd be fine too, right? I mean, whether it's the top or the bottom of it, doesn't matter. So flipping this view, so the hole was on the top side, and it was just flipped vertically. And then that way the isometric lines up with it, that's fine also. As long as you're dimensioning from the right spots, it doesn't matter. So that might be another way to do it also. So don't get locked into, this is the view that my template made automatically. This is my front view. This is what they gave me. This is what I have to use. Think about what's going to be best for this part. So isometric is 1. What's the other big difference between half these drawings and the other half? Minus 1. There's one drawing that needs some more stuff.
Or left?
Yeah, this one, we need something. We either need another view to tell us how thick it is, or we need a note telling us the thickness. So either one. So either a view showing us the thickness or a note telling us it's 5 millimeters thick. Either one will work, but it doesn't have either one, so this one is going by. Also, numbers, something else is wrong with this one. No?
Oh.
It's in inches. So it's the right measurements, but it's in inches, not in millimeters. So we want to make sure we switch up those units. So I'm going to take that one out. So we have 4 of them in one way and 3 the other way. So, yeah. So 3 of them have kind of the bottom or top view of it. These other ones have the side view of it. If I expand those out, I pick 2. So about the same size. Which view do you think is better? The side view or the bottom view? Which one is more clear? Side view. You can see there's a shape here with a hole in the middle, or something going on in the middle, right? It's pretty clear that Outside lines, one thing in the middle. Here, you've got a bunch of different lines going on. Here we've got 3 hidden lines in a row, or spaced. Which one is which? Which of these lines is the side of the hole?
The one on the end.
No, the one on the outside is the hole. That's the hole, that's the hole. This is that edge. See, that edge is inside the hole? If I draw a line straight, that line goes there. The hole is the outside line. Things are kind of getting overlapping, and if it was the top view, then it would be the solid line right there, right? Right? That edge becomes that edge. Now it's a little bit clear, but still you got 3 lines right there. Whereas the side view is real clear. You got the outside of the part, and we got something going on in the middle. So I would say the right-hand view there is the better view. Or more preferred, right? Not wrong to do this, it's just more preferred to do that one. So a few different ways these were mentioned. Up. What do you guys think about the dimensioning? What was that? Using notes? Yeah. Well, these all are kind of just the general notes. I would do the second view on this. I wouldn't do the thickness as a note. Usually you do the thickness as a note if it's like sheet metal or something like that. And this is not sheet metal. Or 5 millimeters, it's kind of thin. Which one? Right? This one? No. No, the hole diameters are where they're round. But some of them did place it differently, so got this one where the diameter. Pin. There we go. So we got the diameter here. When the diameter is there. And there. So which one is the preferred location? Bottom. Probably not this one because there's plenty of space outside the part, right? So both these are outside the part. This one we're not crossing anything, even extension lines. Even though it's okay to cross extension lines, it'd be easier just to put it either down here or up, up here and not have it cross. So if you can, just make them not cross. If you need to, okay. What was that? Yep. We're seeing the whole dimension there all together. What about dimensioning our chamfers? So is there one of these that the dimension of the chamfer is in a less preferred place? So think about the placement of the dimension, not which dimension was chosen, but the placement of it. So look at the right chamfer, the 45-degree chamfer. Over here, just a note. Over here, it's down here. Over here, it's through there. Over here, it's missing. Over here, it's here. Note, And in here it's so this one missing altogether. Probably need that in there. Is one of these in a less preferred location than the others? Yeah, here. So kind of based on placement, this one's inside the envelope, right? So it'd be easy to move it down a little bit. And it's also like really close. We've got lots of space. Spread out a little bit. So on this one, what's this line? If you're looking at just that one view, what's that line? Don't know. But if we look at like this view or this view, now we can really see what that line, what's happening there. Remember, you want to put the dimension where you can see what's going on with what it is, not just where it's a straight line going all the way across the view. Okay. What else? Anything else you guys see about mentioning that chamfer on that side? Yes, no? 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 Yeah, that's about it. Either doing the leader here or doing it like this. Those are all good. Any of those would be acceptable. Okay. Just here, I'd pull it out a little bit more. And that's okay. How could we make this one better? Yeah, stick that there. Just to make them not cross, right? We got the view there. Might as well put it there. So just like this one did. Yep. One. You'd have to like make a view of this opposite, where the hole's at the top, and then create the isometric from that view. And I haven't drawn this part yet, so I can't show you. But just if you made this one there, or if you just rotate this view, and then you can do it. But if you made another view, so project a view here, and then project another view here. Now this one will be upside down from that one. And then from there you can make that one. And so that's really just click, click, right click, 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 right click, 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 right click. So like 8 clicks, 9 clicks, something like that. So don't like make all the views you can, like flip around and whatever. Try and make something new. So play with making new views. There's sometimes where I've made like a section view off the page just so that I can have isometric of the section without even having a section view on the page. And I leave it off in the gray space on the side so it doesn't print. That works too. Because isometrics, they can come from anywhere. So I don't have to have the section view on the page to make that isometric in a section. And so I've done that before. So what about the overalls? So we've got this setup here. What's this setup called? Yep, baseline. So these two here are baseline. We have one and another one stacked on top of it. What's this one right here called? Yeah, chain or continuous. Then here's another chain or continuous. So if we look at the two baseline ones here that I've got, these two, which one of these looks better? Who says this one? Who said? So don't just look at that one dimension, but look at the entire drawing. Okay. Who says this one? Who says this one? I'm gonna say this one, just because it's consistent, right? Remember I said the first dimension needs to be 3/8 to 1/2 inch, preferably away, and the next one 3/8. So the dimension from your part to the first dimension is the bigger space, and then after that, smaller spaces. Here it's the opposite. It's like a short space and then a huge space. And this space and this space are almost the same, but this one is further away. And then these two are close again. Whereas this one, that first dimension is pretty equal all the way around. Yeah. And no matter where the snap is, I mean, I would prefer these to be a little bit further away than here because there's a lot of space. But because they're equal, I like it better. More preferred. So not wrong, but more preferred. It's just a little nicer to look at. Does that make sense? What about these chain ones? So that one, that one, that one. I didn't number them. Is it? I knew which one you meant. I just pushed up the numbers.
Say 3 or 1. 3.
So minus the missing dimension. And also note that number 2 is an A size sheet, so the dimensions are bigger. On these two, the dimensions are smaller. So even though they're closer, like on this view, if I scaled them up to be the same size, they would probably be just as far away from that. Actually, let's see. One down there. Yeah, so the title block is the same size. Now these have the same size text and everything. Now look at these three. So 1, 2. I think I changed the order, didn't I?
Yeah. Try your previous. Spacing is in.
Yeah, look at this space. Look at that space. Also, right here, look at that. Make those line up. You're doing a chain dimensioning, and you're sharing the same extension line. Make them line up. You have space for them. Make them line up. This just looks a lot nicer. Again, I'd probably space these out a little bit more than what they are. Maybe even put this line like right here. So this one is here. This one is there. Wanted, just a little bit. But then this one, way down here. Yep. Yeah, maybe. You try it and see how it comes out. Sometimes the range thing works, and I know that if you use the main, like the arrange. I have to go back to this one. If you use this tidy up, that's gonna mess everything up. But if you use the arrange here, because if you pick the base one, that's just gonna move. It's gonna leave the base one where it is. It'll move the other ones relative to that. So your first one still has to be spaced out the right distance. But if you like where the first ones are, if you like where the first one is, pick that one, pick the range there, and then do the same thing on all the different directions. Just make sure they're all lined up with each other. You can also, after you're moving stuff around, come over here, just move your mouse to it. Hopefully, sometimes it'll turn on. You could set it there, now grab it and track straight across. To make sure it's the same. But like these ones, eyeball it. This one needs to be a little further away because of that. No, I couldn't make it there. I could also, put my thumb on the screen, or put something on the screen and look at it. If you want to do that. Another way to make things line up, take it to the bottom of the page. Now I can just bring this down and be like, oh, okay, right there. It's up here somewhere. Grab it. All right, are those two about the same distance from the bottom gray line? If it's close enough for your eyeball, then I'm probably not going to notice it's off by a tiny, tiny bit. If you don't want to make them line up, make it look like they're not lined up. Kind of a thing is either line stuff up or make it obvious that it's not lined up. Don't have it just barely there, because then it looks like it's a mistake. Okay. Anything else on these? Does that make sense?